Hello. Hmm. Okay, so today I wanted to extend this video to make it a little longer so we can have, you know, just give me a second. So I wanted to share 5 important things. In this video, I might be sharing just one or maybe two. 5 important things that helped me in life growing up into adulthood. And these things, I didn't need to spend extra money for it. I didn't need to go learn somewhere else to go obtain because I already had the basics. So, as an individual, it does not matter your gender, it doesn't matter. It's basically in this part of the world we hear people say, men shouldn't do this, men don't. In fact, it's the men that will be telling you, oh, men don't do this, it's the women, because they are trying to avert responsibilities. They don't like to be agile, they don't like to work. A lot of men grow up with pot bellies because they are not active, they are not agile. They're always seated, they're always being fed, they're always being cared for, they're always being nurtured. And that is not good. Anyway, the number one thing I learned from my parents, especially from my mom, was how to braid hair. So growing up, I think I was about 6 or 7 years old. I can't remember vividly. And my mom would, this was because I grew up with natural dreads, all of us. My mom always has kids with natural dreads. So at about 6, 7, or 8, because we were like that in primary school, we had to shave off our dreads, and then we had natural hair. So this natural hair needed styling, treatment, and stuff. So my mom would carry my sister, and she's doing cornrows. Sometimes it's those songas, you know those hair. Sometimes it is the normal calabar hair. We call it calabar. I don't know how it is. It's just, you just mount it. It's more like Bob Marley, but the bigger version. You just part the hair maybe into 8, 10 pieces, and you just braid to the tip. And I see my mom doing it, and I'll sit beside her. Mommy, how do you do it? Like that. So I started trying it too. Okay, mommy, do one, let me do the other one. Okay, mommy, do it. Okay, start from the beginning, and I will, complete it. So that's how. And then after a while, my mom retired from styling our hair because almost we became, from there, I was able to explain to my older sister how to do it. So any kind of hair that comes out, oh, I like that hairstyle, I'm going to see how it's done. Once I see it, I'm able to create it. So this is how I'm able to explain to her. And so we started. When she does mine, I do for her. And then we don't have to spend extra money. And nobody knew that we were going to feed ourselves with this kind of talent, this kind of skill when we grow older. So anyway, when we're not on cornrows, we want to carry curls on our hair. My dad, my dad would be the one to do the curls for us. Because growing up, my dad had sisters who, according to him, he left home at a very young age, and then he went to live with a friend. So beside that house, there was a hair salon. That's how he learned how to. He used to go there to help them clean, wash the toilets, and clean those hair products and stuff. So we didn't know it was not very popular where you have rollers to buy in the market, and you just find these things to buy. It wasn't very easy to spot unless you have, even the people who had salons, it's almost impossible to ask them, sister, brother, please, where can I find these things to buy? It's information that time was like you can't get it. So instead of that, so my dad will go and cut a pawpaw leaf. Pawpaw is, that's the way it is. It's kind of hollow in the middle. So he will cut that big one, then slice them into, for like maybe 2, 3 inches length. Slice them. When he slices them, he creates maybe like 30 pieces of them. And then that's what he will use. And then he will cut broom, sticks of broom. He will file the tip at both ends. That's what he will use as the stopper for that rollers. So he will section our hairs. Okay, so what we use as the hair, whatever, I can't remember what it was now. I know that my dad will add some essential oils into water and add some sugar, you know. That's what he will use to for the whatever he's going to apply to the hair. So the hair is a little bit damp and then he sprays that thing on it. That thing he created, science students, that thing he created, he will put it into it and then he will section our hairs and roll it, then use that broom to create that stopper. So this was how we lived. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because as we saw our parents doing all of these things, it was easy for us to pick up on. It's not like we didn't have dreams, aspirations here. We did. We had so many things. Like we're interested in so many other things. But these things were natural to us. We were we were easily interested and fascinated by them. And then we picked up these skills and talents. So as we grew older, I went to uni. So in uni back then, you know how hard it was. My dad didn't have money. He was a retiree. He was retired from the military, and you know how pension was. Pension was crazy small. He had to even force himself to retire because he had some issues back in the army. So I was in uni and I needed money too. Money to pay for transportation, for handouts and stuff and stuff and stuff. So I started breeding hair for my colleagues, for my friends, and so on. So I was able to make money from school. After a while, I came to Lagos. And I came to Lagos, I continued with my hairstyling. Sometimes I'm doing my 9 to 5. During the weekends, I am doing the hair for people. I can go to the salon. We used to have a neighbor who had a salon, so I go to a salon. My sister and myself will go there and then we help and then we get paid. So the woman didn't know how to braid or, style hair. So he just will go there and do it for her. And then she just, you know, because she has other things, she sells hair products and stuff. So that was basically what else the other thing we were doing aside from going to the 9 to 5. So and when I had some issues at work, I decided to resign because I know how it is. People are like, there's no employment, you are resigning. Why didn't you stay there? Just manage it until you find something else. No, it is not possible to stay in a place that is not convenient for you. I know in this country we always want to endure, even when our peace of mind is at stake. For me, my joy is the most important thing to me in this life. I can never trade it for anything. That's why I resigned. And when I resigned, I know I won't be hungry. I knew I had a talent. I knew there was something I could do. So I decided to go into wig making. I started that business. I was making wigs. I was I had a friend. I was making friend. This friend that I say I have, she's 15 this year. She's 50, so she's many years ahead of me in age. So that lady I'll go to her shop, sometimes help her with sales and stuff. And then maybe people come there to buy. And she'll be like, you want to turn it into a wig? Okay. It's my friend will do it for you. And then that's how I get my customers. Sometimes I'll buy fine hair, Indian weave, bohemia. I'll make it into a wig and I'll resell. That's how I started making my money. So it's imperative you learn something so that your children can benefit from it. Start now. Start today. It's never too late. Ciao. Have fun. Take care.